My name is Terrence Banks. I'm from Davenport, Iowa. I'm a soul hip-hop artist.
And I can't hold back the tears.
And for years I've gone under the name of Soultru as a solo artist. Recently, we turned that into a smaller group consisting of myself and Cadence Graham.
Sometimes I try to figure out why you stick around to where with me, yeah.
She plays drums, piano, bass, a few other pieces. But people have asked me over time, where did the name Soultru come from? And I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. I grew up in Davenport, Iowa. Was born on an army base in Oklahoma years ago. Don't remember any of that at all. But Davenport, I went to school, elementary through high school in Davenport. Families from the Quad Cities. Huge family, 16 aunts and uncles from my mom's side. Didn't know my dad at all, so that kind of was a thing for me growing up. Growing up in the house off 11th Street, 515. There's 2 blocks from the high school we went to, and just growing up, I was always articulate. We were super poor. We lived in the hood. Lived through some crazy things, situations that were the norm for us, but I don't know. The further I got from the neighborhood, the more I realized the world wasn't the way that I saw it firsthand. From just being talked about for being articulate and people asking me, why do you sound so white, or why do you do these particular things? And it just kind of, it would confuse me all the time, because I'm just like, wait, what? Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm black, and we live in a predominantly black neighborhood, and maybe not all of us speak exactly the same way, but it kind of just bothered me. I mean, I don't know, I latched onto it a little bit, but just that, and having neighbors that had vicious dogs that were inside a fence line that were known to attack people, or a house fire that I made it out of, or a house two doors down to where lady, her sister was killed, and the guy committed suicide after he shot her, and just so many different things that have happened outside of that. Yeah, so growing up, we didn't have communication. Like, the older we got, the less communication happened, the more, I wouldn't say physical, because we didn't fight physically. We fought, through words, with yelling, with cussing, with, descriptive words that I regret saying to my mom and my brother now when I look back at it. But I mean, in those moments, it was just like, there was nothing else to do. Like, it got to a point to where I had to move out, I think my junior into senior year of high school. I moved in with one of my best friends and his mom, and he lived in West District, which is a completely different high school, and it takes me like 2 minutes, to walk to high school, and went from a 2-minute walk to a 30-minute bus ride, just so the things at home weren't happening anymore. And I mean, it was just, even with just being arguing and yelling and fighting, like, that type of stuff takes so much of a toll on people that, you don't even realize it until after the fact, and you don't realize it until you get out of that type of situation. Because I mean, it would be instigated from my brother, or maybe, I'm sure times I would instigate it myself, but then it just turned into my mom, defending her baby, which, I mean, I was older, so I should have somehow understood, hey, I'm almost an adult, but, growing up with a mom who was schizophrenic and bipolar, and then my brother, being bipolar and having a few other I guess disorders or whatever you want to call them. And I mean, I don't know, never been diagnosed anything myself, but I mean, my brother lived through a lot of different things of like PTSD from being picked on as a kid and a ton of other stuff that, you know, he would get pissed off and black out and pull knives. I mean, full on, like. And I got to the point where I was getting used to disarming him with a butcher knife in the kitchen, you know.